Hey all, Hibber here. Now, nobody wants to be a wanker, right? But there's a lot of them in Legends, and if you want to get the nod of approval for me in standard battles, then there's a few rules you have to abide by. Otherwise, win or lose, I'm going to look at you like this, and for many years in the future. So, first of all, don't play wanker ships. So by wanker ships, I mean very powerful, usually premium ships that has hard carry abilities and really shouldn't be in the game at all. And one of the first ones was the original Wichita. Now this is definitely a wanker ship. So next up we have the Yudachi. This is not so powerful anymore, but it's still on my list because when it came out, there was just no end to the battleships that got sunk. You can say the battleship players are crap, but in any case, this is still a wanker ship. Now, an even bigger wanker ship is the Shima. Now, this is for players who can't play the game. Basically, they pump out torpedoes and then they hope to hit something. And if experienced players play that, that's just ridiculous. Mines is probably one of the ultimate wanker ships in this game here, and I hate it with a passion. Because all Mines is, and all it does to show me, is just that whoever plays it just isn't good enough to play Hibber or Prince Eugen. That's basically the message that Mines sends me. Weimar is even worse, and it was actually even worse. Much more of a wanker ship back in the day when it was a tier 6. At tier 7, it's still a ridiculous ship, and I don't think you should play it at all. It doesn't belong in the game, but it's there, right? So Chapay, kind of the same thing here. When it came out, it was one of the ultimate wanker battleships. These days, it's still on the list, but not as crazy as it was before. Alright, so that brings me to my absolute hate ships in the game and the worst wanker ships in the entire game. Now, Cleveland, Montpellier, pretty much the same ship. That is an awful ship, and I see so many experienced players play this ship here because, I don't know, they're insecure, I don't know. And it's just really, really pathetic. And you know who you are. Like, it's just so sad. Now, there's a few other wanker ships in this category here, with Cleveland being the first one. But of course, Worcester is also absolutely up there. It's the same as a Cleveland, just at a higher rating on the wanker scale, and like a real favorite of some of the worst wankers in the game. So yeah, if you see that out there, sink it, because whoever plays it, it's just not worthy. So Worcester, yeah, it's a horrible ship, but there's more than that. And sorry, Aaron, but Des Moines is also on the list. It's not as bad as the other ships, but it is still definitely a wanker ship that I just despise seeing in battle, because, yeah, well, you know why. Alright, next up we have the Suzuya, and this is quite a bit of a wanker ship. It's not the highest on the scale, probably around medium, but if you, like I do, have the Azure Lane Atago commander and you stretch yourself to actually put it on the ship, then you're definitely somewhere on the very high area of the wanker scale. So I wouldn't play this ship if I was, the regular, average World of Warships player. So next up we have the Azure Lane Chapay ship, and I also include the original Tech Tree Chapay and also Kutuzov in this category here. They are all wanker ships. So that concludes the list of terrible wanker ships. There's a lot of other ships that almost hit the mark, but I haven't included them in the video. Alright, so the next rule, then breaking that makes you a level 2 wanker, is do not play divisions in standard battles. Now this has always been a pet peeve of mine, and honestly, anyone who does it is just pathetic. It's really sad to see. But back in the day, that used to be a douche move, but now it is definitely a wanker move, because there's a whole training session for division play now. And the excuse I always got for divisions were like, oh, we're just training because we need to work out how we're going to do it in the real battles when fleet battles come. Okay, fine, yeah. That's here now. Training rooms are here. Fleet Cup is here. So what are you doing in standard battles still? 3-man divisions, that is just pathetic. With Training Room, there is nothing stopping division players setting up their own private battles and training against other divisions, which, makes more sense, because how can you even train your division skills playing against random players and random teams? It doesn't make any sense for me, and that's because the only reason to play 3-man divisions is to make sure you win and to boost your stats. There's no other reason for it, and that's why it's just so pathetic. And again, the people who do this, they know exactly who they are. Alright, so that brings me to the third reason that you might be a wanker in this game here, and also makes you the highest level, which is a level 3 wanker if you do this. And this rule is very simple. All it says is do not combine rules 1 and 2. And again, I see this all the time, especially from very, very experienced players who, join up in a division and then they pick, Cleveland or like Azure Lane, Missouri or something like that, whatever, along with a, I don't know, Shima, whatever. And then they, go into a standard battle with their massive division that's, unbeatable, really. And that's just sad. And it's not just sad, it's pathetic and really sad. And it makes that division probably the biggest wankers that you can have in this game at all. And I see it a lot, and I used to see it a lot, and it's just so sad. Now, naturally, because a division like this has communication on their side, and they're used to playing together, and they play very powerful ships, they're going to win more than 9 out of 10 battles, no matter what happens, right? And really the only thing that can stop them is an equally good division on the other team, or some sort of act from God or something like that, right? So how is that fun? It's not fun. The only reason they do it is to boost stats and feel superior about themselves. So yeah, that is the hallmark of a wanker, really. So those are the 3 rules. So if you don't break these rules here, well, then you get respect from me in a battle. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. But if you break these rules, particularly rule number 3, then I will consider you a wanker, and you will stay that way for a very long time in my mind, because I have very little respect for players like that. So anyway, that's the end of this very glorious video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you out there. Hipper out.